Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to isolation. Welcome to lockdown. Welcome to F1 Live. Here, coming to you live on Instagram Live. Will Buxton. And I'm hoping to have a very special guest join us shortly to go through and talk with you about how they're enjoying or enduring lockdown. We had a couple of problems the other day when we tried to do this, so I'm hoping that we won't have any issues today. We've just done the test, and it's all gone great. So with a little bit of luck, in no short time, I should be able to hit the button. And fingers crossed that it works. Oh!
Hey, Will.
It's worked. Checo, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm really, really good. How's things in Mexico?
Things are over here. I think it's just starting to get bad, and I think we are a bit behind Europe in that sense. But yeah, it's been not good days. I'll say very sad days. You know, a lot of people locked down. In one sense, the virus is very critical, but also the economy over here. You know, a lot of people have lost jobs and stuff. So, yeah, not great days, as I can imagine. But what about you? How's everything over there?
It's okay. It's difficult. I think it's difficult for everyone around the world. You know, your side of the pond, our side of the pond, throughout Europe, throughout the world. It's just hard for everybody right now, economically and personally. You know, for everybody, from a mental health perspective as well, just trying to keep on top of everything. How are you dealing with that? How are you keeping yourself fit? How are you keeping yourself healthy, both in body and in mind?
Yeah, well, what has really worked for me is to make a routine these days. Have a routine, be able to know that I wake up, I train, I have breakfast, then I have some time to work. And then send some emails, some phone calls, then spend times with the kids, which in that sense has been really nice, you know, to be able to spend time with my family. You know, we've been locked down in a house. I brought my parents, my brothers. We all here. We've been here, but I mean to spend time with all your family. With my wife, the wife of my brother, my sisters, my father. It's not something we are all used to, you know, to spend so much time together. Very much every breakfast, every lunch, every dinner. So that has been a bit the biggest challenge I faced.
You probably haven't done this since you were a kid, like ever since you started traveling to Europe to race in June.
No, never. I don't think I've had more than 3 weeks, I'll say, in one place since I'm 14, I'll say.
Wow.
Or even 30. I mean, even younger than that, because when you are in karting, you go for long periods. So this is something very new to me.
Wow. And you're doing so much as well back in Mexico with your foundation, and I know you made a personal pledge as well.
Yes, we are obviously following the situation. We don't, because as I say, it hasn't hit us to the maximum level. So we already donate some, despensas like food to people, and that's the first step we've taken. And we encourage other people to donate and try to help us in that regard. And it's going very well. We are all united, but obviously. We gotta wait and see how bad it comes, and then see where is the best way to help. But we are definitely with the foundation following it very closely, because I think we're gonna be doing something else in the near future as well.
Amazing. Folks, we've got loads of people viewing. If you've got questions, send them in at the bottom. We're going to take some fan questions in a little bit. We're going to look at some videos as well. First, though, I want to ask you, as you say, it's good to have an itinerary to know what you're going to do each day. But also, are you keeping up with esports? Are you going to be doing some? I know you like to play FIFA, but do you want to go and do some esports? Are you watching it?
Well, yeah. I've been in playing a lot of esports, but on FIFA. I actually
just not
went to
FIFA.
No, I'm not racing. You know, the problem I have is that I got stuck in. I'm not at home. I'm in a place called Punta Mita, which is by the beach, and I was supposed to. Yeah, that's that's not a bad place to be. So I cannot move from here, basically, or I'm not willing to move from here because I was going to get my simulator. But it's a big mess to get it here because some roads are closed, are locked down. So I think my first appearance in esports is gonna take a bit of a while. But I want to do it. You know, I want to see if I can challenge the younger generations on those on those esports things.
Have you been watching any of it? Because it's so strange in this period where there's no sport anywhere that we're kind of lucky. We're in this sport where you can watch it in a virtual
Yeah.
space.
I've watched some bits of it. I saw a good overtake from Charles on other two. I think it was Albon and some of the other in Bahrain.
Uh-huh.
But to be honest, I haven't followed it that much. I've been very busy with my kids. You know, my kid is. He thinks that I'm going to leave at some point. You know, because I'm leaving soon.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to tell him that look, I'm gonna be here for a while. So cannot because he's very intense, trying to play all day long. So
that
I'm
must
trying
be lovely. It must be
Sorry?
so nice. It must be so nice getting to spend time with the kid.
That's been amazing, you know, to see my kid, my younger daughter, you know, in that sense. I mean, I've been very fortunate to be able to. Luckily, that the lockdown. Can you imagine that it happened in Australia for us?
Yeah.
That we had to stay there.
It would have been unbelievable. Could you imagine? Yeah. And not get home, not see the family would have been.
That would have been really bad. But fortunately, I'm here with the family. We all safe. So yeah. I just hope that things can go back to normal, or at least that we can race as soon as possible.
Well, especially because pre-season looked amazing. The car looked. I mean, it looked ridiculously quick. It looked so promising.
The other day, I had a call with Otmar and also with Tom, our chief engineer, and I was telling them, you know, the first time in our career that we have a competitive car. You know, we obviously don't know how competitive it is, but we know it's quite encouraging. And going into Melbourne in that sense, all the preparation we have done, knowing that we have a good car underneath us, it was very painful. It was painful. But yeah, it's painful time for everybody. We just have to stay united. I've been so happy to see what Formula One teams have done. You know, Racing Point is part of the project to do the ventilators for the people that are getting in critical stages. That's something very nice to see.
Yeah,
to see the F1 community do.
Right, let's watch a few videos very quickly because I've got a couple of things I want to go through with you on here. First one, we're going to go right back in your career.
Yeah, I saw this video the other day actually.
Talk us through this moment for you, because I remember interviewing you after the race, and some fans went, he was told not to pass Fernando, but I could see in your eyes how hurt you were because you knew you had him, man. You had him.
Yeah, I was really close. You know, it was a race that for us as a team, it caught us all out. You know, because we were starting, I think P9, and all of a sudden we were fighting for the win.
Yeah.
And the conditions were extremely difficult. It was only one racing line. It was so easy to make a mistake. And at the time, I was on my zone. You know, I was so focused I had a determination at that time. You know that the point was there to get him. But I was obviously very aware that I cannot do any mistake because there is only one racing line. So to overtake him was going to be extremely hard because of the only one racing line. And then I got the call on the radio that I don't remember the call, but like hold the position or don't do any mistakes, something like that. That really got me out of the zone completely at that time. And I just touched the white line and put me onto the wet curb, and I run wide. Whether I will have get Fernando, I don't know, because it was, as I say, it was going to be very difficult. It was only one racing line.
And it was so early in your career.
It was so early, man. It was the start of my second year in Formula One. It was a good year. We had a good car that year, actually.
And I want to roll forward to, I think this is last year, back at home. What's it like, man, now having a Mexican Grand Prix? Honestly, I think for all of us, it's one of our favorite races of the year because the atmosphere, the fans, the people, it's such a wonderful place to go. But for you, it must be unbelievable.
It's unbelievable when I see this footage. Every year has been amazing, but especially that year, the people were really into me, supporting me. And as a driver, you know, as an athlete, when you see your country giving everything for you, it was a very special moment. It reminded me back then all the things that we go through, you know, as an athlete, as a sportsman, leaving my home at the age of 13 to go for the dream to go to Europe, live on my own. Everything comes back to your mind, and obviously they're very emotional moments, but that's just before you're going to jump into the car, you know. So it's very important to be able to disconnect the emotions from the brain, and then as soon as you put the helmet back on, you don't think that you are in Mexico or you are anywhere else. You just have a lot of adrenaline, a lot of power inside your body that you want to go to do well for that people.
You say, obviously, lots of racing in Europe. You've had lots of time in Europe. I want to ask you one thing that is European but very strange. You're allowed a cheat meal every once and again, but this was... What was this, man? Like the pizza I can understand, but the tinned tuna on the pizza, I got a question.
I don't understand either. You know, I'll tell you quickly the story. The thing is that we go to the best pizzeria in Monza.
So also
the best. Sorry?
Is it also Bruno?
No, it's La Cagada.
Okay, yeah.
You've been there, no?
Yeah.
It's I got the restaurant by Danny Ricciardo gave me the place. So I went there, and every day I see Luis that is with me. He ordered this pizza every day, and we've been going there for years and years and years. So I was there like, I will try your pizza, your shit pizza. I'm gonna try that one, and it's the one that I posted the picture.
And so everyone thinks it's yours, and it's not. It's Luis's.
No, I ordered it for me,
but it's his recipe. Like, it's what he likes.
Yeah. But it was like, what are you doing? Because he takes that pizza for years. Every day we go there.
Was it as awful as it looks?
No, it's not that bad. You gotta try it next time you go there. I'm sure that pizza is very famous now.
Probably. You've made it famous.
You gotta try it there.
Right. Enough of the pizza. Let's take some questions from the fans. We've got so many that have come in. Oh, here's a good one. Seeing as you're at the beach. Favorite Mexican beach?
Definitely Punta Mita.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's we're very lucky to have such a good beaches here in Mexico. But I do love. It's close also from my home country, so yeah, I like it here.
Lovely. Oh, this is a nice one. What's your favorite F1 car of all time? Let's go first one that you've driven. What's your favorite car that you've driven?
Favorite one that I've driven? Have to say the one that I'm driving now.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Is that good?
Because we are driving the fastest cars in the history of Formula One. So to have a good car on this generation, you cannot imagine the speeds that we do through fast corners. It's nothing even close to previous years. You know, we are really fast this years. So to have a good car, a good balance, the qualifying laps are going to be amazing. I think we're going to be breaking all lap records this year with the generations of cars that we have. They're simply the best cars.
This is a nice question then that follows up from that. How do you think this break will affect the driver's skills after the break? Do you think you guys will be a bit rusty when we get back?
I think so. You know, because the longest we've stopped driven a Formula One car, I think it's 2 months, because you stop in December, January, and then you're back in February. But then you're back to a test day. You know, you do a test, and then I think by midday you are back to it. Yeah. We obviously do a lot of training and a lot of stuff. Everyone is different, but by midday you are back to it, to your level. But that's 2 months, and I don't know how long it's gonna be a break. And also, I think we're gonna go back straight to racing. There will not be tests.
So you don't get any practice, like.
So the first time you are back in a car, it's practice 1, then practice 2. That will be very challenging. I think that will be really, and depends which circuit we go to, because at the beginning it was possible that we were going to go to Baku. That was going to be very challenging for everyone.
Yeah.
But now maybe first race Austria or something like that. So I don't know where we're gonna be ending up racing. I think no one knows at this moment.
If you could have any driver as a teammate, let's do from the past, not from now, from the past. Who would you choose as your teammate from the past?
Ayrton Senna. To learn from him, work with him would have been amazing. Yeah, definitely him.
And imagine on the days that you're quicker than Senna, you're quicker than Senna.
Yeah. Those days you can remember them, no?
Yeah. I remember talking to Damon Hill about that, and he said, you know, the days when you were quicker than Prost or quicker than Senna, you knew you could go to bed happy that day. Favorite track to race and why?
I like street circuits. I like them because I feel that the driver can do a bit more of a difference. These days, the cars do the difference. But when you go into a street circuit, it's not all down to you, but it's a higher percentage down to you, and you can do. You really feel the limit. But also, I like the races in the street circuit because they tend to be very long, but so easy to make a mistake. And if you do a mistake in a street circuit, that's it. Your race is over. And these days, I don't like the modern F1 circuits because you do a mistake and you have 10, 20 meters of runoff area, you know, where in the past you do a mistake and you go straight into the grass, you lose time, or you go into a tire barrier. That's something I hope in the future can change. A lot of the drivers, we're pushing for that, you know, we want the drivers to penalize.
Bring it back to how it used to be. So you've got track, white line, grass, like literally that's your track limit, and then it's
exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. I don't like these days that you do a mistake and you are able to get away with it.
Next question: who is the toughest driver that you've raced against from any time in your career?
Oh, that's a difficult one, you know, because I don't think in Formula One I can pick up one because we don't have the same machinery. So to compare one will be not good. I'll say my teammates that I have a comparison to. I've been able to have very strong teammates, such as a world champion Buxton. You know, one that was extremely fast in a day that was really fast was Kobayashi. When he was able to put a lap together. The thing with him that he tended to be very inconsistent and most of the time not putting everything together. But when he put a lap together, to me, he was the fastest of all.
Wow, really?
When he put it together, he was unreal. So fast. Especially in the high speed, he was really, really committed to it. I remember that from him. Jenson, obviously, he had plenty of experience. he was brilliant at the things that he knew what to do, and I was there with the lack of experience. And now I can see, I reflect on him a lot, because when you have the experience, you just know what you are doing a lot more, and you are a lot more conscious of things. So he was very good at that. And then obviously the other teammates I had Hulkenberg, I had Ocon, both very fast, talented drivers. So yeah, to pick up one, I don't have one.
Right. We don't want to take too much more of your time up, but I really liked this question. What's your favorite part about driving?
If I had to pick up one, I'll say the race, the start of a race. When all the bullshit is gone and you are straight into it, the nerves that you're feeling on that inside your body just before the race, thinking what you're gonna do, which lap are you going to pit, how you're gonna deal with things in the first corner with your strategy, how you're gonna be changing your strategy. That's something I just enjoy too much. The race, Sundays.
And how is it when you're on the grid and the lights are coming on and you've got your foot on the throttle and you're holding it on the clutch? Is it stressful? Is it peaceful? Like what's it like?
That moment is not stressful. The moment that I found very stressful, it's like when you go onto the formation lap, because there you are thinking a lot of things, and then when you are just waiting for the lights to come out, you are already on the zone, and you're just thinking to have a good reaction, but obviously to know where you're gonna be picking up your moment. I get really excited when I speak about this, but it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before we have something like that, man.
You're missing it, right? You're missing it.
I'm missing it too much. Yeah, man. Definitely too much.
One final question that got sent through that I want to ask you. Obviously, the team has a really bright future coming with Aston Martin. What's your company car going to be? Which Aston Martin do you want in Checo Perez's garage? What's it going to be?
I'm looking at the pictures every day. I'm looking for the new models too. The one that new we created, I think it looks really good, no?
The Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So you're going straight for the top. Straight for that one.
Straight to the top.
I love it. I love it. Would you get a classic? Would you get like a DB5, DB6?
I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna be getting. I hope we get a couple of cars. I've already have a couple of friends that they contact me. They want to get some good deals from it and so on.
Of course.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But it's exciting times for our team, and also for Formula One to have such a good name back in the sport will be awesome.
It's an iconic brand, isn't it?
An iconic brand, yeah, definitely. Worldwide brand. Yeah, it also put us a lot of pressure on us, because we got to deliver to the level of the brand. So it's something really good.
Awesome. Checo, thank you so much for spending time with us. We've gone a little bit over on time, but I hope you don't mind. Some great questions.
I'm not that busy these days, man. So it was nice to catch up with you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Take care of yourself, of your family.
Thanks, man. You too. You too.
And yeah, to all the F1 fans, I really miss you all. I hope to see you very soon in a race circuit. Stay safe for now.
Thanks, Checo.
Take care, man.
Ciao.
Bye.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.